we're back for the season finale, Chuuchliveshow, episode 12. You know what I'm saying? I want to big up my co-host, guest right here. You know what it is, Goody.
Yeah, it's not a goodie. You already know.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Blessings for coming on the show and guest co-hosting with me.
It's exciting.
You know what I'm saying? I want to big up everybody that's been rocking from day one. Big up Tara, Project F Word, Kaya Publishing, everybody that's been rocking with us, Pound Entertainment, all the good people that have been affiliating from day one. So what's been good? How you been?
Shooting videos, getting everything ready.
Yeah, of course.
Take over.
You're about to go full force, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, just living, getting through this final, I think, episode of COVID. Hopefully.
Yeah, fuck.
Unless, what is it? Omarion?
Moron?
No. What's the new variant?
Omicron.
Omicron. I call it Omarion.
It's called moron, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. But
no, man.
I'm just out here trying to, learn about these NFTs and this whole metaverse shit. It's
Yo,
just crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? All right.
The crypto thing, trying to do better and get out of this bullshit ass shit they're trying to hold us in.
I don't know. I think the world's changing extremely fast.
Yeah. So how are you adjusting with the change?
Right now, I think just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of doing things out of their box. I feel like everybody's like, they're like regular zone.
Yeah.
Trying to find new ways and new things, like modern ways to like get money and shit.
Yeah, facts.
I think like money is the only thing because we all had like such a scare during the pandemic. It was like everybody's like, either you can't go to work or everybody's just inside like losing.
Yeah, it's
expecting
facts.
their serve or some shit, So that was like really like I feel hard on everybody. So everybody was like, "Yo, I'll never go broke again" type feeling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you remember the 20?
I'm like, nah, I can't. If this happens again, I'm good.
Yo, do you remember when they were talking prior to 2019 and everybody was like 2020 vision?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yo, we really got hit on that, eh?
Yeah. For sure.
I don't hear anybody talking about no New Year's resolution right now. No. It's silent.
I see everybody saying, "Oh, this year is my year." I'm like,
Because we don't know what's gonna go on.
It's Trudeau and all those madams.
Yo, racketeering, lock up, them man them forget catch because them just want to drag people down.
I have no parts. I have nothing to say. No comment.
Anyways, we won't get too deep. This show, honestly, I'm so thankful to have Goody come and co-host and all the amazing guests that are about to come on. But we're about to touch on some tattoos and hip-hop. And we got some amazing guests. And we're about to introduce the first guests that are coming out. We got these amazing ladies that do tattoos and all that good stuff. And, from New Leaf Studios. If you don't know about them, please make sure you do. We got some Tiff Inks and Sui Inks. Come out.
Woo! I like that. I like that. Hi, guys.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Anytime.
Most definitely.
Pointing towards you. Yeah, I kind of.
Can you hear me okay? Yeah, I can hear myself.
Great.
Thank you so much for coming out on the show. Like, we're so thankful to have you guys and all the amazing work that you do because, tattooing is a big thing. So first and foremost, introduce yourselves and tell us what you do.
Tiffany Winnie, and I'm an artist that tattoos.
How long have you been tattooing for?
About 9 years now.
Okay, cool.
I'm Sui. I go by Sui Inks on Instagram. I'm also an artist that is learning to tattoo an apprentice. I apprentice under Tiff Inks.
Nice.
Amazing.
And you guys have your own shop? Like, how does that work?
I did have my own shop, but COVID came around and hit me pretty hard. So Right now we're tattooing out of a private studio.
Nice. And that's the New Leaf spot?
Yeah.
Yes.
New Leaf.
Blessings.
That's
Blessings.
amazing. What's the area that it's
Mississauga.
Mississauga? Okay, cool. What major intersection?
I would say Cawthra and Dundas.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good area.
And what and if I could say, what decided, and you could both answer this, what made you guys want to get into tattooing?
If you want to go first.
For me, the dream started when I was 16. So I've always been kind of a doodler that eventually became an artist.
Cool.
Yeah, so ever since I was like in high school, all my friends were like, you could be an artist, you could be a tattoo artist. The stuff you do is awesome. You see that you have an eye for it and all that stuff. So ever since then, it's kind of sat in the back of my mind. And like in my 20s, I actually went to try again an apprenticeship from a shop, and they actually offered it to me, but it wasn't feasible for me at the time. You know, I didn't realize at the time that when you start an apprenticeship, you're basically not expected to make any money in the beginning.
Really?
So like I needed a job that could pay the bills at the time.
Yeah.
So I put that down for a bit. Now, over a decade later, I'm pursuing it again because I'm like, now or never, really.
And Tiff?
I would say I got started in doing tattoos maybe when I was about 22. Just really not wanting to work for anybody else. And I guess you still kind of work for somebody else, but you have more room. It's a different environment. Working in a tattoo shop. I did try to get some apprenticeships, and it wasn't really happening at the time.
So you self-started.
Yeah, so I just figured, fuck it, I'm going to teach myself. And I had a lot of friends and family that knew I did a lot of art, and they were like, oh, you can use my skin. So I was like,
That's really nice.
So it was so it was trial and error. And when I see them now, they're like, oh, look at these. I'm like, don't show them. Put that down.
So how, like for you, Tiff, example, like especially, how was that journey? Because I've seen your work, and you're absolutely amazing at
Thank
what
you.
you do.
Yeah.
How was the journey to get from there to here?
It was exciting. I mean, it was hard, and you learn a lot. Which with anything, you learn as you go, right?
Right.
The people that you surround yourself with. Hopefully, you learn a couple of things from everybody here and there, right? When you put yourself in those environments, but definitely. I will say when I started tattooing, or right before I started tattooing, I just had this idea like, wow, it's going to be so amazing to tattoo my art on people.
Yeah.
And there's so many sick tats. Like, that's how I was thinking. And then getting actually into it, you realize like there's a lot of memorial tattoos, a lot of tattoos with a lot of meanings. It's not just you get to do sick tats.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's the difference from being from tattooing and being a tattoo artist?
Facts.
Like, what's the difference? Like, is there a difference?
I think there's a big difference.
Right.
I don't want to say I think anybody can tattoo, but like if you can get your blood born and learn the technicalities of using the machine, and you can trace, you're putting yourself in a really small bubble, so you're only going to do as good as you are with that. Whereas if you're a tattoo artist,
you're
an artist first, so you're going to do a lot better.
Yeah,
period.
and you're also like your skill is different as well.
Exactly.
And to follow up from Nana there, I see the two of you are both artists first. Right. So when you look at other people's work that you see in the industry, and I'm not trying to point nobody out, I'm just stating, do you find that it takes a longer process for you to do your art on bodies than people that are just tattooing?
Maybe in the sense of detail, possibly, or
like detail, like actual, like creativity. Like for example, if you were to do a piece that was freehand with your artwork, and somebody was to come and do the same piece or a tree, exactly, would it look the same?
Do you mean like from like start to finish, from the beginning when you were first designing the piece
Yeah.
to like finishing it off?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be the difference. Whereas someone come in and say, "This is what I want," somebody who's just doing tattoos would trace exactly that and give them exactly, if they could even give them exactly
Attempt
that.
to.
But they
depending
can
on
tell
the
you
details.
what they want or see,
And
and
I'm
you
gonna
can come
turn
up
that
with
into
something.
my own thing, and
Yeah.
usually they ride with it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you think there's a spiritual connection to tattooing? And if you do, why? And both of you answer that.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
I think in general, tattooing on its own is a certain type of magic on its own. It means so many different things for so many different people. For some, it's just decorative, but for others, it's transformative, right? So like in the now, in the modern day and age, I think for a lot of people, it is spiritual in that sense. It transforms you from this person that was without the art, without the ink before, to this new thing, this new person, this new start from this point, having that ink on your skin moving forward, you know? So that's one aspect of it for me.
Sorry to interrupt, but how does it feel knowing that your art is on someone? Like, how does that make you feel? Like, is that something that kind of makes you spiritually enlightened or whatever? Or is it just like something like a prideful feeling? Like, how does that make you feel?
I haven't done a lot,
Okay.
so I don't know that I can answer that question fairly, but with what I have done, I can say, like, it's at times exhilarating in that, like, that's my work. You know, that's really awesome that I was able to do that and pull
Right.
it off, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And at other times, it's like,
And I would love to hear Tiff answer because I know she has a lot more experience. And I would love to hear how that makes you feel.
I would say to answer your question is humbling. It's humbling that people pick me to do their tattoos. I'm like, wow, like you've chosen me to give you something that you're gonna wear hopefully for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So I'm honored.
Very cool.
That would be the word. Spirituality, I feel like, I guess it really depends on the tattoo and the person, right? Like some people, like we said, just come in to get a regular tattoo, and
Some have meaning more.
Yeah, but even with those tattoos, like they open up to you, and a lot of times there is a whole
meaning,
you know what I mean? And they leave feeling a different way than maybe when they did come in, and it might not even have anything to do with the tattoo.
Right.
It's just the experience in itself.
Cool.
Do you feel like in the tattoo, and I'm totally throwing it off, I'll come with the question after, but do you feel in the tattoo market that there is a challenge between the men and women?
I don't know so much of whether there's a child. I feel like,
Or do you feel, and I'll follow up, do you feel that they attack the woman's work because it's been a patriarchy, definitely white male dominated
yeah,
in our society?
yeah.
Do you feel now, because there's so many BiPoC women that are coming out now that are tattooing, do you feel there's an attack?
I would definitely say that from my own personal experience, tattooing in street shops with a lot of white men, that they do have a lot of ego when it comes to their tattoos, and they're very competitive. Mm-hmm. So as opposed to being competitive, I don't know, at like a competition, maybe whatever, it's in the shop. So if you come in black, female, and they think that your work is better than theirs in any which way, I'm just here to be a part of, wow, you've invited me in, and they're like, oh, she can tattoo better than me in their minds, right? And then all of a sudden they go from being very like welcoming to
shady and cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
very shady and cold, for sure.
So how do you deal with that? And how do you deal with people? Like, I find that tattooing has come from ancient civilization. And I could go back to the ancient Egyptians, the Asians. We can go back. Yeah. And I haven't seen it come from white people.
Right.
No disrespect, but I haven't.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you the question. Do you feel that white people should be tattooing?
In my personal opinion, I feel that if if white people should be tattooing, it's because they went through some trial of, or a course, maybe some kind. They should earn it. They should be able to earn the right to be able to tattoo people, as opposed to just being out there. It doesn't belong to them. It's appropriating in a large way. And
I am going to send shots out of water right there because I totally agree. Big up. And what are some of the myths about tattooing, and how are you trying your shop with you and Sui? And I know you have Rosie in the background working the admin. How are you guys trying to change that?
I would say just giving people an authentic experience, just
A safe space.
a safe space. Yeah, to come in and feel comfortable, man or woman.
Very cool.
I try to make everything about the space itself, down to the paint on the walls, very therapeutic.
I've seen it. Yeah. I've seen it, and you would love it because you love earth and energy. It's like flooded with green. Like she has plants everywhere.
Amazing. Quick question.
Yeah.
Do you watch like shows like what's it called? The ink shows
Like Ink Master.
No, what's it called? Black Ink Crew.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
stuff.
a little bit.
So like I love those
I
shows.
dabble.
Like I actually been watching them for years, and I've always said, I'm like, if they had something like that in Toronto, like you guys would be killing it. Like
Facts.
a whole bunch of just like, and it's crazy because it's very multicultural. There's like actually, no offense, but there's like no white people I think that work at that shop.
Yeah.
It's like the most
Amazing.
like Caucasian looking is Puerto Rican, but
Yeah.
like, and that's at each one of them.
Facts.
So the thing is, it's just like, it's crazy how like they have like from North Africa to Asia to the Caribbean to Puerto Rico, like, but they have it as a culture and they like have their branches, but the way that they do it, like with the, even the reality TV setting, like, is that something you would even consider doing?
I think if I was thinking about that, I would want to lean more towards the art of the tattooing as opposed to, I mean, I know drama cells and that's what a lot of people are even there for in the first place.
Yeah.
Right. But I would like to have something that if I was ever thinking about being a part of something like that, I would want it to be more tattoo based, BiPoC based.
Most definitely. And and to follow up to Nana's question, I wanted to ask about, I know you guys, they have a lot of like products that are not like they have different skin tones that you can tattoo on.
Yeah,
different
things are changing.
Yes, and I know that it's not out there. Like you can't get certain skin tones, melon tones.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if that's something you guys would tap into.
There's a lot of things that I like. If I had, you were talking about crypto earlier, and I've been making my investments. If this Shiba runs, honestly, Shiba army. If this hits, like, there's so many things I would like to invest in actually, because I'm not a scientist. I don't know about the ingredients and what mixtures to make for inks and stuff. But I would like to.
You can hire a chemist.
Exactly.
For that, right?
If you have the money, you can hire chemists and
for
stuff like that to
That's
make
cool.
inks that work better for our skin tones and
For sure.
all that stuff. Everything that's involved in it. Just
very cool.
Black.
That's absolutely amazing. And not just black, I think all skin tones.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely amazing. And I think that that's something that, like I know me and Sue, we've talked about it, something you guys could definitely tap into. What are some of the myths about tattooing, and how do you feel you as a tattoo artist, both of you, are trying to change them?
I don't know.
I haven't really heard any myths about tattoo artists, to be honest.
There are, I think, ideas about what the tattoo experience is like. I don't know if I would call it a myth, but it's certainly something I think that discourages a lot of people from coming into shops and stuff, right? Like,
I do my tats whenever I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm like, I need pain now and
Yeah.
need to release.
the tattoo therapy session. Yeah.
Literally, like, that's what it is. Like, I always pick something that means something, but I think I'm at like 21 tattoos now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm about to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's
I've
black.
never like heard any myths as far as anything like bad, but I do hear people be like I have here like worst feeling ever. Like that was my most painful tattoo.
Even this one, did that hurt?
Nah, the face tats don't hurt at all.
I think a myth that, if we're gonna call it a myth, would be that black skin keloids easily.
Okay, there you go.
Hey.
I don't think that's the case whatsoever. I think that with lighting and swelling and stuff like that, it's if you don't know what you're doing when you're going in, you just don't know what you're doing.
So would you say that there's like a specific way to heal yourself, like through
there's
tattooing?
just a specific way to tattoo everybody in general. It's like the same thing applies to a white person as it applies to a darker skin person or a lighter skin person. It's like the moment a white person or someone who just doesn't know how to tattoo black skin in general goes into this skin, it's like black on a white paper. That's gonna look bright. But on a black paper, it's not going to look as bright. But their mind can't get over it. So they go in and they go over and they go over until the blood is making it look really dark. And
the tattoo blows out until it's done. Yeah. It's the same thing with laser. They do the same shit. They try to laser on black people's skin more. And they blow it out.
It doesn't need more.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't need more. Let it sit. Give it 5 minutes. If you can't see what you're doing, or if it looks too dark, or it doesn't look dark enough, let it sit for a minute. Let the swelling calm down.
Because look at fam, what will happen on your skin is not gonna happen on my skin. You know what I'm saying? So a tattoo artist should know how, or they're learning how to tattoo on dark skin. Because, for example, we could have a man or a woman that comes from, deep darks of Africa, and they're dark. How do you tattoo on their skin?
The same thing happens. There's no difference between her skin or your skin. The only thing that's different is your melanin. The application of the tattoo is exactly the same. White people swell, white people scar, lighter skin people scar, lighter skin people swell. We all get red under the skin. We all get irritated. It's all the same thing. Yeah. It's just about
the artist's perception
of what they're looking at, how to use contrast. You know what I mean? How to give it 5 minutes to chill if you can't see what you're doing because of the skin tone difference, right? Letting it calm down, letting the swelling go down, stuff like that.
So, are there things in the tattoo industry that you would change? And if you would change them, why?
I think I go back to what you had said earlier when you asked if I think that white people should be tattooing. I think that would be something, if I had that dictatorship, if I was like, here, I'm coming up with this new rule and everybody has to abide by it, I think that would be definitely something.
And that's something you're very passionate about. It seems like
I feel like
colonizers.
It's just another thing.
Right.
I mean, when you think about it,
it's good as adding Norse than colonizers.
It's facts.
But I mean, if you think about it, though,
that's true. It's true.
In every indigenous culture, there is some aspect of tattooing.
Well, even I'm Moroccan, and a huge thing for the Berber women were these beautiful face tribal tattoos that were Berber tattoos of the North Africas, So
right.
In my I have aunts and uncles that actually have face tats, and they're all tribal,
beautiful.
they're old, and I'm talking my seniors, the elders in our family, and they're bare face tattoos and everything. It's crazy. Yeah.
Where were the colonizers? They weren't there. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No colonizers. Because the colonizers have come and taken over our shit. So burn them out.
That's true. It's just more of it's just another thing that it's been taken and they do so well. They make the most money. They're the most accepted. They and a lot of black artists don't get any. No disrespect
to white people, but at the end of the day, the colonizers have taken over so many cultures and things.
And profited from
it, and they don't give back, and they don't even care to even learn.
They just, it's like a finders keepers feel.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Most stuff.
That's exactly what happened with indigenous people having tattoos already in the culture, getting it demonized by white people when they came to colonize,
And then now they're
Money.
$4 million a year doing tattoos.
Right.
And you guys are doing that.
But my grandfather killed a couple people.
And they get the opportunity. Whereas a lot of black people don't even get accepted into tattoo shops, and their artwork is amazing, and they don't even take a second to even look at it. They'll see you and be like, "No, we're not hiring."
But that's where my point with this whole like Black Ink thing came through, because it was like I have a lot of really, really, really talented black tattoo friend artists that are like insane, and they do not have a job.
None.
Wow.
They work independent because it's hard for them to get a job.
And like, that's fine.
That makes sense.
Make your own money.
You
know,
go in
start
there
your
and
own
it's like
thing.
Becky's been like doing it for like 3 months, and now she works solo.
And Karen. So tattooing has been around for centuries, around ancient civilization. And do you think there was a healing practice? For example, acupuncture. Like the story of Otzi.
You know, I can't.
What is the story of Otzi? I'm sorry, guys. I have to know this before you guys.
Otzi
Give us like a
was-
quick summarize.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you. Otzi was
He's also known as the Iceman.
yeah. And his body was buried like in Iceland, I think it was.
He was in the Alps of Italy and Turkey.
And
one of the
he
Alps.
was in the water buried, and they way back in ancient civilization, his body came up, but it was full of tattoos.
Preserved.
But I think it was acupuncture, like the acupuncture tattoos they did from China.
That's what they're saying.
We're not sure where it came from, but they say
Supposedly,
yeah.
it was
What,
from.
where the tattoos came from?
Yeah, but he was the first, they quote unquote say on record, when his body came up from the water and he had tattoos. Like he was acupunctured with tattoos. So he was the first on record, quote unquote, Asian civilization. So this is telling you from centuries ago, tattoos have been done.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially anywhere there's mountains, I feel like that's like very but it's
Right?
true. It's very tribal. Like,
Listen, the
There's a mountain,
rural
there's a tribe.
It's true though. It's
It's
like back
facts,
in the day,
facts.
that's where people
Like,
were
look
at.
if you go to ancient Egypt,
Yeah.
like the Tibet, like everywhere, you can go on the mountain hills.
Yo, that's
The
where the Berbers
African.
are. The Berbers, and they're all over
Everybody
Africa.
was getting tattooed, like so
in the mountains. B.
Of course, they might climb up water. How you mean? So how you trying to say nobody was getting this has been brought down from our ancestors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't want to say that there's not anything healing about it or spiritual about it. Like, I can't rule that out. I wasn't there, you know, and I don't know.
I
but
don't
I
know
know that
either.
we did things with a purpose. So
Yeah.
whatever that
I
purpose
think we
was.
always have.
Yeah. We've always done.
Like,
Everything
and
with
it's
a purpose.
starting to show within us. Like, you have a gift, you have a gift, you have a gift, I have a gift. Everybody on set has a gift. Your daughter has a gift. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's starting to show. Everybody's starting to bring their gifts to light, because there's no way you can't, man.
So on that note, like what like differences do you think that you guys can bring to the tattoo industry? Like as far as like, are you guys considered business partners, or you're an apprentice?
I'm still an apprentice right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
So like, what are your like kind of just like little ideas that you guys have, or goals, or something that you feel like is gonna like show that you're different from everybody else, right? Because like you gotta have your own thing going on in order
That's
to
right.
actually progress, and
That's
something
right.
you stand for, whatever that like makes you indifferent from everybody else.
Facts.
I guess I never really thought about it, like what would make me different. It's more so like, what can I do to fix, you know, what's been happening in the now, and
Purpose.
and not do that, right?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, like just treating people,
Loving people.
appreciating people
Yeah.
for even coming through and letting them know that this is a safe space and
I love
the
that.
vibe. You
I
know,
love that.
you don't have to worry about the stereotypical things anymore. At least not here.
Oh,
Right.
I love that. I
Very
love
cool.
that vibe. I love that energy.
Yeah,
And I just
man.
want to
You guys
say
are great.
big up Micah, who's
up
in the
Micah.
building. And honestly, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on the show, showing us your love, and anybody
Yeah, I gotta
who
see your
want-
guys' work.
Yeah, man, I'll definitely be there. And anybody who who wants a tattoo, wants a spiritual tattoo, wants a real loving tattoo, you know what to do.
You know.
Well, thank you for having us.
Of course.
Thank you for coming, guys. Good luck on everything.
Big up Tiff Inks. Big up Sui. Big up the New Leaf Studios because that's where they're at. Tell them where they can find you.
Our Instagram is the New Leaf Studios, and then my personal Instagram is Tiff Ink.
My personal Instagram is Sui Inks, sui.inks.
And that's where
How do you spell Sui? Sui?
SUI.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And it's not Sue.
No, it's Sui for sure. Sui.
Fuck.
And it's not Sue.
No.
The colonizers.
You know what I'm saying? Big up y'all. Thank you
guys
so
for
much.
coming.
Thank you.
Can I quickly get a glass of wine?
Right here, right here.
Oh. Is this live? Oh, I was gonna say, hey everybody.
Yeah, we're rolling.
Oh, that's cool.
Can I have some?
Just a purpose. I'm
So back to you, Wagwan.
here with you.
Of course, you sound so disappointed.
What the hell? That was disturbing.
You're like, I'm here with
Cheers.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, that's exciting. I have
Yeah,
to
man.
check
So
them
I
out.
know you have a new EP coming.
No, I don't. Not an EP.
Not an EP, but
Just an insane amount of music about to drop on the city and everywhere else.
oh,
So yeah, I'm like not doing what I've done before. I'm actually creating a roster of music that is final and done,
are you
and
doing
videos.
like that hyper active drop?
No, I'm not gonna like whatever. I'm just gonna be prepared this time, and I'm actually gonna have more of something to present.
Yeah,
Something
I love
more
that.
professional.
I love
My
that.
music's better. I have so much more experiences that I've lived.
That
So
we
it's like my
had.
music is just so much. It's spicy.
Yo, I remember that video that you were in with Dre Bar's video, and you were doing the acting, and you guys, it was like some camera doll shit. You remember?
I was
that?
never in a Dre Bars video.
No, it wasn't Dre. It wasn't Dre Bar's. It was like some video where you were in like some doll dress.
Oh, that was my music video. That was
yeah,
Finesse.
you remember? Oh,
Yeah, Finesse music
yeah,
video.
that was some sick shit.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that like what I have now is more like that was my creative, like learning who I was and what I wanted to do, I guess, and how extreme. Now I'm more focused on presentation and performances as far as videos go. So I'm just looking to have a very clean video that represents who I am as an artist and fun and whatever. But yeah, doing things way more focused this time.
I love that, and I love that you're focused.
It's expensive as hell.
Yeah, of course it
I don't
is.
give a fuck
But-
what anyone
but
said.
you-
If you have someone paying for your music right now, go give them a hug. Like,
Yeah.
bro,
But
no
you-
cap. I'm spending $3 a video right now,
But-
and I have like 9 songs right now that are done. I just shot 4 videos, so 3 times 4. You guys can imagine. This is in less than 2 months that I've done this, and I have like 4 or 5 more to go.
It's like
So
me.
when you guys have like a manager that like reaches out to you and is like, I want to invest in your career and I want to like whatever, like hug the fuck
Out of them.
Yo, like I mean, I also though with those situations, artists, be careful because you are gonna have to pay someone back. So just remember, it might be with
listen,
interest.
Listen,
Hey,
and
cool.
she's not talking no shit, so I'm gonna say straight that if you have an artist career and you love your career, invest in yourself.
Yeah, but not everybody's smart. I'm gonna be real with you. Some artists are just artists. Like I am lucky and fortunate to have been put into the world at such a young age where I had to learn business that I'm able to manage myself. I'm able to know what managers know. I'm able to put myself on Yangaroo. I'm able to put myself on TuneCore, DistroKid, get on, playlists and make connections and all that stuff. But, like, it is very expensive. But when you are an independent artist, yes, the payout is expensive as fuck
For the
to do it,
moment.
but the pay in that you receive is all you. And that's what fucking matters to me, is that when I do blow, those streams are mine. I paid for all my beats. Like, I own all my beats. They're all exclusive.
It's facts.
You know? And I'm using, like, real independent, like, young black artists for my beats. Like, from here to England, from Denmark. I just got this, like, Moroccan kid. He's from Denmark. Shout out to him. Like, he just sent me a fire beat. Like, crazy shit. Like, so, yeah, when you do it your own, you gotta be smart and you gotta have money. Get out and get a hustle, goddammit.
Listen.
Square jobs ain't doing shit.
It's facts.
Like, shit.
You can't expect anybody to invest in you more than you invest in yourself.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with the tattoo artist, you know? Like, she believes in herself, and she...
Both of them.
You know, exactly.
And they've come and they've run and they've done their own shit.
Exactly. You guys are doing your own thing, and they're able to invest in themselves. That's key.
And big up. So the next people that we have on the show,
my dogs,
have done the same fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
They have not stopped.
Oh geez.
Okay. Gudini J.O. It's RunxGun, the Indestructible.
RunxGun.
Yo, big up on these motherfuckers. Saga City in the house.
Who's that?
Who's that?
They're coming, don't worry.
Yo, big up to my niggas on deck.
Yeah, we done enough. How you doing? Looking fresh?
Always,
Last time I saw these guys was at their
day.
show, you know? Who's that?
They killed that.
Big up Junior T for
They
holding
killed
them.
that. Yeah, man. You guys open for Junior T and all that.
So, madam, okay, so it's Goo and J.O. and, you know, RunxGun. Explain RunxGun. Sorry, RunxGun. And, explain to us, because if people don't know, these mans have been doing music for quite some time now.
Years.
How many? You guys say the number? You want to say the number, or you just want to say it in general?
In general, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
For sure, it's beautiful though. It's beautiful. You guys definitely made your mark on Saga. I'll see that. Like,
Damn
definitely.
right.
You guys, your whole crew. I remember Rotten Ones, Gudini. You know, like things were really dope back in the day. Like that was our time. Grade 7, grade 8.
I remember Rotten Ones from Ridgeway.
Yeah,
my
shout out to
nigga.
Mandem.
Yo, J.O., Southside Saga. Like, come on now. I remember y'all coming from way back, and now you guys have come heavy clutch.
So how did you guys come up with that name? Like, how did it change into that? What was your motive?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So basically, like, we dropped the Contra project just as like a collab project. It's J.O, Mairs, and Gudini. And we just followed it up with like a bunch of music. We made a whole bunch of music.
Like the locks.
Basically, you know, we went ham with it and just made a bunch of music. So we're like, yo, if we're going to be releasing all this work, it would make more sense to, you know, kind of fuse together.
Title
as
it
like, you know,
an
entity where it's like, yo, it's now RunxGun dropping all this music as opposed to just, J.O, Mairs, and
So
Gudini
now
are
do you
doing
guys still do solo music, or are you just... Okay, cool. So when you do your RunxGun, that is you two as an entity, and then when you guys... You consider yourself Goo and J.O.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Absolutely.
That's blessed. So, when y'all came with the album, how did you decide to collaborate that amazing music?
Yeah.
Which one?
Because,
Contra?
like, you had me jumping
Contra
off my
was
feet.
hard.
Contra was hard, but now I'm seeing, like, Game Over, Hustle and Flip. I'm like, what's going on right now? Like, me and Nana were jumping in the crowd.
I see you.
Me, Nana, and Rich, we were jumping, banging off the stage. Like, what happened?
Right? I was really loud for sure.
No, we just decided that, you know, after we decided to, you know, fuse the group together, it's just like we're like, all right, it's time to never stop. Yeah. Because a lot of the times, you know, with a lot of artists in Toronto and, you know, the GTA, it's more like a start-stop thing. Yeah. It's like I started and then, you know what I mean? The money might run out and you stop. Or you know what I mean?
Now that you guys have your group,
and then you stop.
Now that you have your group, though, you guys can actually do something, like, it's almost like having, like, a gym buddy, a gym partner. You're, like, able to kind of boost each other up.
She's back.
No,
it's like, yo, dog, you're slacking today. I didn't hear no bars, bro. All right, I'll call you back at 15. You know? But, like, even still, it's nice to have that, you know? And you guys, even now that you have the little group, you guys can apply for some grants and get some free money.
Not even that.
Sure.
It's
That shit's
also
true.
the fact that you have like Junior T supporting. You guys are opening for Junior T, Jesse Reyes, DJ. Like you guys are getting into networks and you guys are going further.
Yeah. Those, Rich Kid and Junior T, they're always gonna have our backs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
facts.
saying? Those guys are big man in the industry.
Yeah.
They've already
see
done
it.
it 10 times over.
Yeah, I see
you know,
it.
so it's like when they see me and J.O, it's like they just want to see us do good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
see
So
that.
anytime they have an opportunity, it's like they'll always link us and knock on our door and say, "Yo, we know you're ready."
So as far as that, like, what do you guys feel that you're doing differently this year or this project around as far as marketing to get yourselves to that level that you really want to get to?
I feel like
Big question.
it's just more organization and preparation, to be honest.
Do you have any like new marketing like tactics that you guys are gonna try or like anything different?
We
that's,
got a
like,
couple things in the sleeve that we're kind of guinea pigging right now.
Okay.
The couple
Nice.
things that have been working, and
Okay,
then a
cool.
couple other things that are just running in the background, and then a couple
Nice.
things planned for when the project drops.
Sure,
So there's a few different things where we're not gonna speak too much on exactly what it is,
not.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we definitely have like.
But you always gotta try something new.
Right,
You know what I
That's
mean?
really what it came down to.
Listen.
Yeah.
Don't just
Can't.
keep on running on
Yeah.
the same
It's
hamster
never
wheel. You know what I'm
going.
That's
saying?
the
It's
thing.
like,
From
it's
my
like
scene-
plateauing.
From my
Yeah.
seeing the game over video with the old 1990 fucking phone booth, I was done. I was like, y'all really going there?
That's right up the street. That's where I came up.
Y'all were buying scooters.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's all where I came up.
Right.
That's where I came up. Right.
We,
So,
we wanted to make sure that we had those places, so
spots.
when people
In
from
Saga.
our hood or people from our area seen it, they're like, "Yo, the
I
man them
was.
did it,
I
yo,
was.
there."
I didn't see that. One of the best things that I'll never forget this track. I don't even remember what it's called. It's Hugh and Rich and Junes at South, and Junes was at South Common.
Yeah.
What's it
Back
called?
to
Like,
basics?
Back to the basics.
Oh
Back to the
my
basics.
god!
Home
team.
Yo,
home
back
team.
to basics
Home
was
team.
my
When I seen
shit.
the track with y'all with the game over and I seen the scooters, I was like, boom, boom,
These guys-
Nah, you guys
aren't
killed
playing.
that shit.
Kill, man.
Back to basics. I'm actually gonna go home and y'all gonna get tagged. Watch.
Right.
Tag out and I'm
I'm not on that one, but I remember.
I know,
it.
but
Yeah, I
yo,
remember
that was hard.
That was another one
Rich
where it's
Kid
just like
bodied that. But
another
what was his
place.
name? Sinatra or whatever?
Sinatra,
Is he
yeah.
around? Like, is he rapping still? Like, what's up with Sinatra? Like, I remember him from back in the day.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen him in a while. Hope he's doing
Wow.
great. You know,
For
shout out
sure.
to
Sinatra.
Yo, he was
Shout out
hard.
the homies.
He was
You know
a
what I'm
beast.
saying?
Shout out
He's
to
a
you,
beast.
dog. I
He's a
remember this
beast.
guy for sure.
Yo, listen, I remember you were on stage and you and J.O, but when you hit the track, I don't know if you got held by the mother or what happened. All of a sudden, Goo went snap.
Oh, I started drinking
Yeah,
them up.
and he
Yo,
was just
that's
like,
my.
Oh, that was just recently.
yeah.
That's it.
I was like, what happened to Goo? Goo went snapped off on the track.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
happens
yeah, that's
sometimes,
what
especially
happens.
on stage. You get such energy
Yo,
that you're
Goo
like,
snapped.
And
Goo
I-
was like, da-na-na-na-na,
And I told Goo,
I was like,
I told
what?
Goo early in the game. I said, yo, all you need, because the song's called All You Need. So I was like, yo, all you need is possibly going to be our hardest joint on stage. And we didn't think of it that way because it wasn't like in our top list of like, yo, okay, we have our tunes where it's like, yo, these ones, when these ones go, it's going to go crazy. All you need is more of like, okay, yo, let's give this one out so they can hear what we're coming with.
Yeah.
And then when it came out and the more I'm listening to it, I was like, yo, dog, this is one of my favorite joints. And just the energy.
It's
of
my
it.
daughter's favorite song. She doesn't even know how to. She doesn't even know how to spell. And she's like, she sent me a picture. She's like, all you need is the RXBFG, baby. I'm like, she knows how to spell now.
yes,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sick. I'm happy for you.
It was lit, my nigga.
No, that was a
When I
serious
heard
performance.
that, I was like, yo, Goo.
Yeah, no.
That's my,
That shit
that's my
was a-
favorite Gudini verse of all time.
Listen,
Yeah, that you went
that was
in,
hard.
bro.
Listen.
The way you're just like,
Nana was in the air. I was in the air. Rich slapped the stage.
Where I was like,
we were
violent.
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
have the video of Rich because you were like, he was
he was
boxing. I
going
have
mad.
that stuff.
Yeah,
Yo,
no,
we
no,
went
no.
off, guy. When we heard you snap, and then when we heard the game over, it was done.
Yeah.
It was done.
Yeah.
But you guys actually, I must say, like, I do want to compliment you guys on your stage chemistry and presence. You guys actually feed off each other's energy really well.
Yeah.
It flows really well, and you guys, it looked like you guys have been doing this shit beside each other for a long
years.
time. So I'm just
That
like,
was
you
the
know,
first
congrats.
time.
No, but seriously, and we were there on
first
the
time.
first night.
Yeah.
So like, then I saw some clips from the second night, but I know the energy from the first night was probably like,
It
you
was
know.
on a
So you
different
guys
level.
you guys really did kill it. So I must say, like, for some
appreciate
people
it.
that have such brand new like music relationship, as far as like working side by side, like that's dope. You're lucky to have that.
So I have a next question. What does I know it's Indestructible run times gun?
So
Where did that come from?
He wants to say it how it's pronounced.
So it's literally it's
Run
just
and gun.
the Indestructible run and gun. So run and gun is just like
it's one word.
one word, all capital, all the time, and it's not split up in a way where it's like, yo, he's running, I'm gunning, or I'm running. It's not like that. Too many
it's
people
not
are
like
yo,
that.
he's
Yeah,
running,
I've
he's
seen
running. It's not like that at all. So the whole thing about it is like, when we said, yo, we got to come up with a name, Goo's the one that came up. He's like, yo, run and gun. And I was like, yo, that's hard. And the reason why it kind of plays in is because Contra, that game Contra that we based the project off of,
It's a run
and gun game. It's
So you're
classified as
running
a
and
run
you're
and gun.
gunning.
You know
what I'm
All
saying?
right,
So-
I'm gonna put y'all on the spot right now. Give me some flow. Right now.
Hold on. Let me finish explaining the name. 'Cause I wasn't done yet. 'Cause it's not just based on.
I care what you guys say.
It's not fully based on just the run and gun video game. Because then on top of that, there's like, when you think about the run and gun style of basketball, for example, it's just fast paced, get buckets,
Right.
you know, up and down. You know what I mean? You get to it, and you don't really like let up. So that's kind of like the energy that we come from, or that we're coming with when we
You're
work
running.
together. And we
When
keep
you're
running,
running,
you know?
yeah.
And then we reload it, and then we keep going.
keep
you know?
going.
And so, like, that's kind of like how the whole thing came. And then the Indestructible is just, that speaks for itself.
That speaks for itself.
We are
So
indestructible.
we're unfadable. You know, you
Right.
can't break this.
Show me some of
Flow?
that. Show
Right.
me some of that. Let me see some of that hardcore hip hop.
You have some bars for them? I'm an old guy, so I've been tearing people's back up since I was like 14. I retired from freestyling, you know. So I'm just.
Oh, you're retired?
I'm not, but
You
you
don't
know,
need to
like
drop a
if this
freestyle.
guy
Like,
goes,
so fuck it.
go.
I have a
You can even
1-2
drop
bar.
the track. Drop the track. I don't need a freestyle, but I just want to hear something.
We are not the same, don't you dare compare. I breathe a different type of air up here. I took a different set of stairs, got a different set of cares up here. Could give a fuck about what you wear if your airs are rare. Cause yo, I ain't coming here to chest box. We're giving out chest shots just to hear you wheeze to your breath stop. I caught bodies every time I wrote a rhyme from time. These punk bitches best act like they know the vibes. Yeah, my energy different, I'm charged up. You ever want to mention me, nigga, then bar up. Step your fucking bars up. Cause I should be in every conversation. I guess I gotta put it in their faces. I guess I gotta put them in their places. I guess I gotta unload on them, put this bullet where their faces. I guess I gotta prove what I proved already to these new niggas who never really knew about Kemi. New name, new brand, still move like Kemi. Still drive, still dribble, still shoot like Kemi. Still all about this loot like Kemi. Still hustle, still muscle up and flex on these youths like Kemi. This shit is not about who might let me. It's more like who might try to stop me. Now one of these dudes type ready females too. Thinking like the category different. If you really rap and think you the illest, then you could get eaten like you delicious. And usually I wouldn't call them bitches, but it's no discrimination in this business. I got work for whoever. So if they in a skirt, even better. Give your ass a blah bitch, I never. Pick a pepper, got sauce for you. You want? Whatever. I'm sorry. I have a 1-2 system.
That's what I'm talking about. Bro, what are you saying?
Yo, I don't really have none.
Give me all you need.
What you saying,
I'm
my
gonna give
nigga?
I want to hear the all you need.
What you saying, my G?
Let me think. Do I have something in the chamber? Give me a second.
I want to hear the all you need.
Come on now. You can't slip on prime time.
I know,
I
but
didn't
you
mean to put
know,
you on
Yo,
the
give
spot.
us
you know
some
what I mean?
verse.
put me on the
the
spot. This
track.
guy had the bars ready. I'm just like,
Who's that? Is that me?
it's getting a
Yeah,
little
stop
loud.
moving to it.
Yeah, no, you know, I just, you know, you ain't never been on a high speed or run for like 5Ds and seen your man stuck to an IV up against the ropes like you Ali, a spud web dunking at 5 feet. I'm trying to apply heat.
Yeah.
Nigga, I was in the ridge doing hella wrong. Head honcho, I pushed the button like the Pentagon. Stuck in hell with spawn. When I'm up, I hear dead people.
Yeah.
Man, them demons are never gone. I air the song when I, you know,
Air it out.
it's a little bit of, you know,
Look,
you know
Cote.
what I mean?
That's
They
what I'm
put us on
talking
the
about.
spot like that.
They
But
put us
we
on
got
the
a little
spot.
I
one, two in the
had to
chamber,
put you
know what
on
I mean?
spot, man. I gotta hear the
Little 1, 2 in
creative
the
talent.
chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But love and light and blessings.
Yeah,
and
man.
yo, honestly, how do you feel like your music that you guys have continued to is influential in hip hop? Because honestly, you know, we're in the rap trap era. Like, how do
Yeah,
you
like,
feel?
are you guys gonna dabble
Who's
dabble
in-
into
who's-
some like
Who's influential to us? Like,
No, like, how are you guys continuing to do hip hop when
Oh,
we're in the rap trap era?
it's kind of just like
And you guys are doing this real hip hop.
it was kind of like a straight decision, kind of to just like, you know, like you could kind of just go into do the little, you know, the little kids bop garbage that people are doing, and you know, you could jump into that lane if you want, but I feel like it's kind of like it's easier to do that. It's harder to rap bars. You know, it's harder to have like, you know what I mean, metaphors and similes and make people feel something.
I
You
want
know
to
what I'm
ask
saying?
a question from like an artist to another artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like where I come from is like hip hop and bars, and like takes a long time to think about things. It's not just like, yeah, I freestyle even to this day. Like I still freestyle because it's like I'd like to exercise the mind. But I feel like with the new era rap, with the new era trap rap type shit that's going on here, I'm kind of taking an advantage of it in a sense where I'm like, okay, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to master this new trap, this new era of music. Because what I really want to do is hip hop. But when I master that and I make a bag off that, then I could really go and do what I have to do. But because music is such a business, it depends on where you're trying to go in my perspective. That's how I see it. Like, where are you trying to go? Like, how far are you trying to take it, right? So it's like, for me, like, I want to go all the way to the top. So it's like, I have to master this new era wave shit in order to really be who I want to be in the music industry, because it's cold out here. You know what I mean?
What you have to do or be yourself?
Yeah, it's more about being. It's more about for me. Or for,
No, I'm not saying not to be myself. No, I love music.
No, I see
period.
what you're
What I'm
saying.
saying, I love the music. Like, I'm not saying it's shit. I love the trap new school era shit. I actually like
too.
it. So what I'm saying is, but my soul within as an artist is hip hop. So, but right now, the market is not taking to strictly hip hop artists.
fuck
Depending, not, and I'm not saying I'm not even mad at that. This is a business, right? Like,
Yeah,
the
it is
music
a
industry is a business. It's not like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it either
That's
to
a
make
good
money or
question.
you're doing it to
Good
fucking.
question. So how do
really-
you stay yourself? I'm gonna take it off what you said.
Yeah.
How do you stay yourself? Like Nana Goody stays herself. Tiff, Sui, you, J.O. How do you stay yourself and provide for yourself while doing your artistry? That's a good
Well,
question for all of y'all.
To start with, like, when me and Gu linked and did the first Contra project, like, the bag I was in where my solo music was concerned wasn't really on that level. It wasn't on that, in that airspace. You know, I was doing a lot more melodic shit, real, like, I have songs where I didn't rap one bar, just straight R&B-ish, singy type shit,
You
you
sent
know?
me a couple like dope tracks.
Yeah, and there was one we actually started when you came through the
Yeah,
studio, that same
yeah,
long talk joint that started turned into like a full out like R&B joint
Yeah.
that I did, you know? So like I have like a range of stuff, but then me and Gu did the project and then it sat there for a while, and then when we finally decided to out it and I seen the reception it was getting, it really made me like think about it, cuz like as much as I enjoy making all the music that I make, when me and Gu were working on that project, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what I love to do. Like, this is the most fun for me to do. For me to just like, for us to pick a beat that's like, yo, that beat's hard, and then we compete with each other. And come out with something crazy.
You
I have
found
the most fun
purpose
with
in
it.
it. You found purpose.
And it's like nowadays, it's like it doesn't matter what you once you pick a lane, stick to it. Yeah, because it could be that's your lane.
Exactly.
Then stick to it because this is an era where it doesn't matter. You could be a super hip hop artist. Look at the Currencies. Look at the Jim Jones. Look at the you know what I mean, the Boldy James, the Larry Junes. Those guys are
such a brand though. Like they
but everybody has a brand.
Right, exactly.
Everybody has a brand.
The thing is though is like, but the top guys in like real hip hop that like I fuck with Jim Jones. He's like one of my favorite rappers of all time. Yeah. He came from such a dope era where he's now like a legend, but he's still involved. Like,
yeah, he is.
It's crazy. Like, I love that, and that was for me. That was a dope way to see. Like, you could see out hip hop. He has these new school kids trying to get him on a track. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, facts. Like I think that's so. Like, I just got actually shout out Havoc for Mobb Deep, but I just got Havoc on a track. Which like he's on my music, you know what I mean, and like
I've seen him on your Instagram.
So like it's like yo, big up to Havoc for sure. But like it's crazy because like as much as like I'll do like this new school stuff, like hip hop's always like I'm coming back, baby.
It's calling you. So it's like you gotta just stick with what feels good in your heart. If it's in your heart and you feel like you stick it,
I just love it all. Like I just like I think like I'm like most artists, especially us like real hip hop artists, we're kind of like competitive. So it's like a lot of artists like us, we can do any genre.
Yeah.
You can do any genre, but I'm gonna just say something. You, Gu, J.O, Rich, Saif, y'all don't really need to from Saga. Y'all don't really need to do it because really and truly, y'all are in a lane of your own. Like really and truly, facts. Like Saga's different.
Yeah, I feel like everything has a time and a place.
It does, like, and y'all are different artists, man. I mean, you guys are not like the singing artists on the tracks that are everybody trying to sing on the track. You guys ain't that.
But the thing is, I'll turn around and I'll sing that hustle flip hook, or I'll turn around and sing that game over hook.
So there's a space for it.
There's a time and place for everything.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like it's really a thing where like if you look at the J.O. Mairs catalog. Look at the Gudini catalog, and then look at the RunxGun catalog. It's like you're not gonna find the same shit on all of them, you know. And I feel like, and same with Nana. Even when you look at your catalog, if you look at all the music you have, not everything's in the same space.
No, it's not.
So it's really
that's growth, man. We gotta grow.
Yeah,
right? We gotta figure out your niche.
Now, do this now. Yeah. And then when you decide you want to do this. Do that.
Yo, I rate it because you guys are the ones that keep hip hop alive. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even lying. Like
that's what I appreciate.
I listen to the music and I'm like, holy. But
it's high quality rap music, man. Mm-hmm. It's very high quality. You know what I mean? It's like you want to call it super duper hip hop, but it's like there's a singing chorus there, and it sounds like when you hear Game Over, you're like, damn.
No, that was
like
a track.
You know what I mean? There's super hard bars, and then it got slowed down.
I listened to that track like at least 15 times over. Game Over.
No, it's a serious
track. So
man.
please continue to bless people.
Yeah, man. You guys keep doing your thing. I want to see you guys at the top still.
And if anything you want to tell the people where you're at, where we can find you, what you're doing, continue forward.
www.runxgun.net.
That's what's up, man. You got a website, okay.
That's it. Everything is on there. If you want to find all the socials, if you want to find the latest video, the latest
it's like
music.
their EPK, ready to go.
Yeah, you just go. I just find it's too much, and then trying to explain. Find Gudini's page and find RunxGun. No, just go to runxgun.net. You know, and it's always all capital RUNXGU. And I know it doesn't matter when you write it in the address bar. It doesn't matter if it's capital or not. But make a habit of it. Mm-hmm. Make a habit of making sure it's capital because it's not a lowercase thing. When you see RunxGun,
it's like I'm a cat.
You see it on the shit. You see, anything you see, it's Run and Gun, one word,
Locks.
all caps.
And make sure you go and check out the Game Over video. It's imperative you go on there
Listen, the
and
Game
check
Over
that
video,
Game
the
Over.
Game Over fucking
It's
track,
hard.
that hip hop track brought me back. I'm a 90s head. I'm an 80s baby and I'm a 90s head. Let me tell you something. That track, I ran over 14 times because it brought me back to the 90s. And I'm a 90s motherfucking head.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
That's some real hip hop. And you
some
don't
real
have
talk.
that around in this day and age.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Super C January 10th.
Yep. It's coming.
Full projects January 10th.
Crazy. Good for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Keep it up, man. I seriously.
Thank you so much, Run and Gun, for coming on. Thank you for Tiff Inks,
Appreciate
New
it.
Leaf
Salute,
Studio,
salute,
Sue
salute, salute,
Inks,
salute.
Nana Goody, Southside Saga in the building. You know what it is.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Blessings. Thank you, Nana.
Thank you, kid. We out here, B.
We out.